In times when we feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or burdened by anxiety, it's essential to remember the greatness of God. He stands apart from all else, embodying strength and reliability. No one compares to him. He is larger than our struggles and more powerful than our fears. In moments of doubt, we can lean on him, placing our weight and trust in his capable hands. For those who find waiting challenging, surrendering our burdens to him can bring peace. He is trustworthy, strong, and ever present, ready to support us through life's trials. God's trustworthiness is a central theme in Scripture, reminding us that He is unwavering in His promises. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5-6 encourages us to trust in the Lord wholeheartedly, assuring us that He will guide our paths. This divine guidance is a source of comfort, especially when life's journey feels uncertain. The assurance that God is steadfast and unchanging provides a solid foundation for our faith. When we place our trust in Him, we find not only solace but also the strength to face our challenges. Moreover, trusting God fosters a sense of peace and transcends our circumstances. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 3 states, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." This peace is not dependent on external factors but is rooted in our relationship with Him. As we deepen our understanding on His nature and His promises, our faith grows, enabling us to navigate life's storms with confidence. In moments of fear and uncertainty, we can echo the word of Psalm chapter 56 verse 3. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. The act of trust transforms our anxiety into assurance, reminding us that we are not alone. God is our refuge and strength, a constant source of support in times of trouble. By cultivating a habit of trusting Him, we not only experience His faithfulness but also inspire those around us to do the same, creating a community grounded in hope and resilience. Ultimately, trusting God is a journey that requires intentionality and faith. As we learn to rely on Him, we discover that He is not just a distant deity, but a loving Father who desires an intimate relationship with us. By embracing this trust, we can navigate life's complexities with grace, knowing that we are held securely in His embrace. God's timing is perfect. I know that sounds cliché, but sometimes a cliché is a cliché because it's true. While we are waiting, God is working. He hasn't left us. He hasn't abandoned us. He is still at work. And what we often forget is His perspective is so much bigger than ours. And what He's doing and how He works is so much greater than ours. Look at this from the book of Ecclesiastes. God, has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. God knows it all. He's bigger, He's grander, He is all powerful. Do we trust Him in His viewpoint even though we can see it all? In the fullness of time, God moves. So we can trust God even in our suffering. Even when we don't see the full picture, we can trust Him. You see, the enemy would always try to distract you with quick blessings, because you have to recognize that in God there is an appointed time connected to your life. Everything about you has an appointed time in God. It is not just what it looks like. It is not what society defines who you should be in your 30s or in your 40s and what you should have. He says it would actually happen at my appointed time. When you understand that in God there is a season that you have marked, and it's simply for me to be patient in that process and to wait well. It is so important to know that how we wait matters, because we can wait with faith or without it. We can wait in hope that what we heard will come to pass, or we can wait in fear that what we thought was sad may not happen. We can wait with anxiety and worry and frustration. We can wait checking our phone every couple of seconds. Well, I don't know if they have responded. Like, I think they lost my number. I think God has forgotten me. Can I encourage you? Don't perceive the wait as a cancellation. So, if you feel it's just taking so long, I would ask you, then maybe God is trying to do something in you right now to try to develop you and work some stuff out of you you didn't even think was possible. Many of us have realized that when God says wait, it often takes longer than we expect. However, there is always a purpose behind the waiting. The key is, waiting is not a sign of inactivity or stagnation. Rather, it is an opportunity for growth and deeper connection with God. As Psalm chapter 33 verse 11 reminds us, but the plans of the Lord stand firm forever, the purposes of his heart through all generations. This verse reassures us that God's plans are steadfast and that there is a divine reason behind every delay we encounter. During these waiting periods, it is essential to remember to live at peace. Too often, we find ourselves so consumed by our desires for the future or nostalgic about the past that we forget to engage with the present moment. We may become so focused on what we are waiting for that we pause our lives, missing out on the beauty and opportunities that surround us today. In Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31, we are encouraged with a promise that those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. This verse teaches us that while we wait, we can find renewed strength and energy in our faith, allowing us to fully embrace our current circumstances. Living fully in the moment means appreciating the small joys and blessings that each day brings. It is about cultivating a mindset of gratitude, recognizing that even in waiting, there are lessons to be learned and experiences to be had. James 1:4 states, "But let endurance and steadfastness and patience have fully play and do a throughout work, so that you may be people perfectly and fully developed, lacking in nothing." This verse highlights the importance of patience and endurance during our waiting periods, suggesting that these qualities are essential for our spiritual development. Each morning of waiting is an opportunity to grow closer to God and mature in our faith. Moreover, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 reminds us there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. This verse encapsulates the idea that life unfolds in seasons and each season has its own significance. When we recognize that there is a time for waiting, we can approach these moments with a sense of purpose rather than frustration. Instead of halting our lives, we can choose to live actively, engaging with our surroundings and the people in our lives while we wait for God's timing. When God says wait, It is an invitation to live fully in the present while trusting in His perfect timing. It is a call to embrace life, to find joy in the journey, and to understand that waiting is not a wasted time. By focusing on the here and now, we can cultivate peace in our hearts and allow God to work in our lives. As we wait, let us remember the words of Psalm chapter 33 verse 11, Isaiah 40:31, James 1:4, and Ecclesiastes 3:1, which remind us of God's faithfulness, the importance of patience, and the beauty of every season. Waiting is not merely a pause, it is an integral part of our spiritual journey, leading us to a deeper understanding of God's purpose and a richer experience of life itself.